What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Thank you all for being here. Hope you're having a good week so far. Let's take a look at the astrology for today. Sun's going to come to 22 degrees of Virgo. It's in a 2-degree orb with Neptune in that opposition. So it's definitely a time where we can have great imagination, we can have great vision, we can have great, feeling. There's a high sensitivity in the air, but there's also a lot of delusions here, and we got to figure out how to make dreams real. We got to figure out how to make visions real. We don't want to be in some delusional escapism when we're in Virgo season, with Venus here in Virgo, dispositing that North Node in Taurus. Got to keep things real. You got to kind of put things into practical vision here, and that's where you're not escaping, but you're creating dreams and making things reality. If we're just going to be in fantasy land, but we're not willing to put the work in the realness of reality, in the physical, we're not doing ourselves any favors, to be completely honest. And with a moon North Node, and look at the moon crossing over all this with Uranus, the North Node, Taurus, this is physicality, your senses, being able to look into the destiny that you want to have, create that destiny, know that you have the resources, get into the sensual side of the feeling of life, because it's all about reality right now. So you want to be definitely putting your emotions into the realness, putting your, very important, it's very neat here too. I know it doesn't feel neat. We have 6 planets retrograde, and it's extremely rare, and we can feel like things are a little chaotic and out of the ordinary, because they are. But there's still that beauty of bringing harmony and balance into our reality that can help us out here. And that moon's going through a lot. It's with Uranus, so we're already a little shaken up. We got to find stability through the shaken up sort of reality. We got to be able to pivot. We got to be able to make different, out of the norm moves. And we got to be revolutionaries within ourselves, within our own embodiment of our reality and how we feel with people. And it's really by doing things your own way that is going to help with that, but by also connecting with people in the process too. I think that's very important. And the moon's going to square Saturn, and that's always a fun one. Moon square Saturn. Having to really hone in and step up for the connecting forces in our life, for our futures, for that revolutionary energy. Can't just sit back and relax. I feel like Saturn's forcing us to do something. And I'll be honest, it's almost like the escaping of not doing anything with the sun opposing Neptune that would be our biggest downfall right now. Mars is here in Gemini. It's still working on that square with Venus. They're doing their first quarter square thing since they met last. They did meet in Leo last year, but their last time they met was 0 Aquarius. And this is that first quarter square of that phasal relationship between the two. And it's in 2 Mercury-ruled signs. And I think that we're going to start feeling that more and more. And that's a pressure to manifest. It's a pressure to create relationships in our life based on the truth of the matter, based on what actually factually makes sense. Very important that we're staying real, but using that sensitive, beautiful, spiritual, wide open ability of Pisces and Neptune here to really make change in the routine, change in the reality that is sobering, but it's also getting super critical. It's almost it's almost like Mars is kicking Venus in the butt here a little bit. Even though Venus is going full speed, it's in fall position. Mars is going slow, getting ready for a retrograde, but it's like Venus was out in the fields picking all the wheat and getting ready for the winter and the fall and getting things, round up. And Mars is over here mentally within ourselves even saying, unbundle that wheat and reweigh it. Make sure it's enough. Double check. Measure twice, cut once. things like that. And especially with Mercury retrograde and all these planets retrograde, we can feel like that is what it will take, though at the same time is the preciseness of double checking what does align with your truth so that you can ground in the physicality of that truth and make the change and be persistent and step up for these areas of our life. Because as Mercury comes back to 7 degrees now, it's working on that opposition to Jupiter in Aries again. And Mars is also working on its sextile over to Chiron, which the two of them are going to make a yod to the South Node in Scorpio over the next couple days, with Venus being squared. It feels very much like we have to be warriors. Mars is Aries energy. It's with Chiron here. We can want to be a victim. We can't. Victim isn't going to get us anywhere. It's going to get us into intense situations that we don't even need to be in because they're actually more of an illusion. When we can be building beautiful things right now and getting real. But if we're going to focus on just the things that are going wrong, or whine that we have to recount or rethink something or rehash a situation in our life to find the purity there, then I don't know what to tell people. But being a spiritual warrior, being strong in your belief that you will overcome, that you can change, that you can rehash situations and get them in alignment will make all the difference, and it will connect you to a better physical reality and to yourself in a way that is supportive, unlike anything else. So we got this. We're good, but things are getting heated up. As always, the astrology is hot every day. Every day. That's all we get. It's hot. Hot astrology. Such is life. Such is the life we chose. It's going to be a really interesting second half of September. I started this month off saying, of course, it was going to be a September to remember. Inflation rates just came out. Stock market dumped. There's a lot of world news going on right now. New batch of jabbers coming out. Just saying. Ukraine is apparently pushing Russia back. Little Ukraine is overthrowing a superpower of Russia. No problem. Russia's tired. Jupiter's heading back towards Neptune. Propaganda Central. So, the world's a crazy place. But, of course, this is much more of a focus on our personal lives. And that's where you have to know your resources right now and get pretty critical and make sure you do have what you need and the people that you need and the confidence and the grit that you need. It's important. We all need it. All right. Cards for the day are the Six of Wands. Ooh, victory. It's got Jupiter on him too. Victory is in the courage. To be a warrior right now, to believe in yourself, to be confident, to be proud, strong. Victory does favor the bold, they say, and I think that that's where we all kind of need to be, is in a bold place within ourselves to be confident and to be persistent. And if we have to go over things and double check things, let's just go over and double check things and not whine and complain and start to doubt. We have to have our truth and our vision and our direction, and the things will work out, even if it feels slower than normal or like things aren't working as planned. Stay strong and things will show up as they're meant to. Ace of Wands in reverse. We won't be able to get victory if we just constantly are afraid to start that change that our heart really desires, or to really take that baton from God and run with it. It's almost like we have the things that we need right now to build and to get the valor and the, prestige that we're looking for, maybe just from ourselves. I'm not even saying it's like we need this from someone else, but to feel confident and prestigious within ourselves, like, yes, we got this. It's hard to take that right now. I feel like there is a little bit there's so much changing and so much uncertainty that it's like, well, what do I even want to run with right now? What do I even want to go with? Got to trust your heart and make sure that you're looking at the little details right now within yourself, which these retrogrades are very potent for. And I think it's going to show us a lot internally about, what needs to be focused on, what needs to be dedicated to. There's a lot of good things about this that's happening internally for individuals. Just might feel a little confusing, like, is that victory really obtainable? It is. Gotta send it in that direction, though. 3 of Swords. Feeling a little dark and gloomy, feeling a little down and out. I don't know, I feel like this is definitely the mind trying to play tricks on us. But at the same time, the mind is also trying to tell us, like, we can go down a rocky path here if we're not paying attention, if we're escaping, if we're not looking at the fact and the truth of all of our situations, whatever they may be, for good or for better or for worse. But we do need to pay attention, or we can be definitely feeling way more down and out than we should. But I'm glad we got the 6 of Wands, because this is saying that we do get victory. But it's kind of in like the harsh truth of the matter, and accepting that and taking accountability for it is very important today. I love you all very much. Hope you have a beautiful Wednesday, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.